Imagine the world is a giant, extremely fragile house of cards. Now imagine someone just decided to light the foundation on fire. That was 1914. It was supposed to be a quick war. Everyone promised they'd be home by Christmas. Instead, it lasted 4 years, destroyed 4 empires, and completely redrew the map of the world. Today, we're recapping the entire conflict. Let's get into it. To understand why everyone started punching each other, you have to understand the mood in Europe. It was basically a giant, tense schoolyard. Everyone had signed secret alliances, and everyone was obsessed with building up their military. Then, on June 28, 1914, Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary visited Sarajevo. A Serbian nationalist named Gavrilo Princip decided this was a great time to, you guessed it, assassinate him. Austria-Hungary gets furious at Serbia. Russia decides to protect Serbia. Germany promises to back Austria-Hungary. France promises to back Russia. Britain gets involved because Germany marched through neutral Belgium. It was a domino effect of massive proportions. Suddenly, the whole world is at war. The two main teams were the Central Powers, Germany, Austria-Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire. And the Allied powers, Britain, France, Russia, and eventually the USA. The Western Front became a nightmare. Both sides dug huge, muddy, terrifying systems of trenches stretching from Switzerland to the North Sea. For years, they basically just sat there, dodging artillery shells and charging into machine gun fire. It was slow, brutal, and incredibly deadly. Meanwhile, on the Eastern Front, Germany and Austria-Hungary fought Russia in a massive, sweeping conflict. Russia had huge numbers, but they were lacking in supplies and organization, which eventually led to internal chaos. At sea, Britain used its powerful navy to blockade Germany, trying to starve them out. Germany responded with unrestricted submarine warfare. Their U-boats sank anything that looked like it might be carrying supplies to the Allies. Before we get to the end, here are a few things that actually happened during the war that sound completely made up. The Christmas truce. In 1914, soldiers on both sides spontaneously stopped fighting on Christmas, left their trenches, shared food, and even played soccer in no man's land. Carrier pigeons. Over 100,000 carrier pigeons were used, and they had a 95% success rate in delivering messages. The war started with horses, ended with tanks. Military tactics completely transformed in just 4 years. Plastic surgery. The brutal facial injuries sustained by soldiers led to the birth of modern reconstructive plastic surgery. By 1917, things were tipping. Russia was falling apart due to the Russian Revolution. They signed a peace treaty with Germany and bailed. But at the same time, Germany's submarine warfare finally pushed the United States to join the Allies. The influx of American troops, supplies, and energy was the final nail in the coffin. One by one, the Central Powers surrendered: the Ottoman Empire, Austria-Hungary, and finally, Germany. An armistice was signed on November 11th, 1918. After the war, the Treaty of Versailles was signed, forcing Germany to accept total blame, pay massive reparations, and shrink its military. It also led to the creation of the League of Nations, the first major global organization tasked with maintaining world peace. Spoiler alert, it wasn't very effective. The human cost was unfathomable. Over 30 nations involved, around 9 million military deaths, 7 to 10 million civilian deaths, over 35 million killed, wounded, or missing. WWI was truly the war to end all wars. But as history shows, it really just set the stage for the next one. Thanks for watching. If you want to see what happened next, hit that subscribe button. Which history event should we recap next? Let me know in the comments below.